Hello, this is Mr. White. I'm going to be reading through the Ecosystems Assessment. Number 1. Which cycle is represented in the diagram below? Is this A, the water cycle, B, the carbon cycle, C, the nitrogen cycle, or D, the motor cycle? Number 2. Which cycle is represented in the diagram below? Is this A, the water cycle, B, the carbon cycle, C, the nitrogen cycle, or D, the motor cycle? Number 3. Which cycle is represented in the diagram below? Is this A, the water cycle, B, the carbon cycle, C, the nitrogen cycle, or D, the motor cycle? Number 4. Which of the following examples are biotic? Check all that apply. So you have A, a cow, B, a tree, C, the soil, D, bacteria, and E, the sun. Number 5. Large quantities of carbon are cycled through photosynthesis and respiration. What happens to carbon that is not cycled? A. It disappears down the sink. B. It is stored in carbon-rich deposits called sinks, such as fossil fuels. C. All carbon is cycled. D. It is eaten by microorganisms, such as protists, algae, and plankton. Number 6. In which level of the energy pyramid is most of the energy available? Is this A, the producers, B, herbivores, C, carnivores, or D, top predators? Number 7. Most of the nitrogen used by living things is taken from the atmosphere by blank in a process called nitrogen fixation. Is this A, plants, B, birds, C, mushrooms, or D, bacteria? Number 8. A consumer that eats both plants and animals is called A, producer, B, herbivore, C, omnivore, or D, carnivore. Number 9. The 6 major biomes include, check all that apply. A, desert, B, thunderstorm, C, moon, D, rainforest, E, grassland, F, deciduous forest, G, boreal forest, and H, tundra. This biome receives less than 25 centimeters of rain a year and can undergo large shifts in temperature during the course of a day. Is this A, the desert, B, the rainforest, C, the grassland, D, the deciduous forest, E, the boreal forest, or F, the tundra? Number 11. Many trees in the boreal forest biome produce their seeds in cones and have their leaves shaped like needles. What are these kinds of trees called? Are they A, deciduous, B, coniferous, C, dwarf, or D, canopy? Number 12. What are the 2 major aquatic ecosystems? Check all that apply. Is it A, river water, B, freshwater, C, marine, D, moon, or E, a creek? Number 13. Which of the following are abiotic factors that affect all aquatic ecosystems? Check all that apply. You have A, sunlight, B, temperature, C, plants, D, oxygen, E, sharks, and F, salt content. Number 14. The ocean is split into several zones. Which zone is the region of shallow water found below the low tide line and extending over the continental shelf? Is this A, the intertidal zone, B, an estuary, C, the Nearctic zone, D, the surface zone, E, the deep zone, or F, a pond? Number 15. The area where the fresh water from a river meets the salt water of an ocean is called A, intertidal zone, B, estuary, C, Nearctic zone, D, surface zone, E, deep zone, or F, pond. Number 16. The study of where organisms live and how they got there is A. Biogeography, B. Biology, C. Bioplacement, or D. Dispersal. Number 17. The movement of organisms from one place to another is A. Biogeography, B. Biology, C. Bioplacement, or D. Dispersal. Number 18. Which of the following are examples of dispersal? Check all that apply. A. Wind carrying spores through the air. B. A snail on a branch being carried down river. C. A dog coming home covered in sticky burrs after playing outside. D. A flock of birds using the air to travel to a new location. Number 19. What are some factors that can limit dispersal? Check all that apply. A. A physical barrier like a mountain that is hard to cross. B. Competition for resources with organisms that are already in the area. C. The climate of an area. D. A flock of birds using the air to travel to a new location. And number 20. What is continental drift? Is this A. The process where the plates move, causing the continents to move with them? B. The name of the supercontinent that existed when all the world's land masses were together. C. The name for the ocean currents that outline the continental land masses. Or D. The lost sequel to Tokyo Drift.